Okay, so for step 35, the body, we're going to attach these lights, which we made in step 3. If you remember, we made 4 of them. We're now going to use the other 2. So here are all of the screws, washers, O-rings, and the body mount pieces that we need. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the back end on the body first, put those brackets in, and then we'll do the lights. So we've got our body here ready to go. So I'll set this up and we'll do the back. Okay, so for starters, we'll grab one of our little MB4 screws, grab a washer, and we'll stick that into the body. And then you can see the bracket, which, you know, we've got the hole there, and the way that's shaped, you're going to want it to go like that so that it is being screwed in that way. And it looks like there isn't a nut. It's just going to screw right into that metal piece. So I'll just put that there. We'll grab our screwdriver. And start screwing that in. There we go. So you can see that that is getting screwed right into the metal plate, and it screws itself. There's no, you don't put a nut or anything on it. And that's going to, I'm just going to tighten it up. And you can see how that's going to fit round the roll bar when it's on either side. So it's going to clip basically, and then you've got your front body mount. So let's do the other side, and then we can move on to the next part. Okay, so I now have both clips on for either side. So what we'll do now is we'll move on to attaching these lights. So I'll grab the screw, another washer, and then that's going to go up into there. And then we've got the O-ring. And then it's going to screw into the light itself. So again, grab my screwdriver. Make sure that's going in correctly, which it looks like it is. And of course it says don't screw too tight because the O-ring obviously is going to pull in, and you're not going to want it to pull tight. It's just that it's going to stop some of the vibration. So we need to screw this in more than it is, but not over tighten it. There we go. So you can see the O-ring is in there. It's pulling a little bit, but it's nice and tight. There is a bit of movement. And I can always tighten it more, but I think for now I'm going to leave it like that. So I'll just do the same thing for the other side. Okay, so there are the finished lights installed. So now if we turn this over, you can see that they want you to put on a little bit of the glass tape, right pretty much where the joint is in the molding process. So I'm going to, I've pre-cut a piece here, if I can get it off the back side of the tape. I think we got it. There we go. And so they're just telling you, just to help protect it more, is put some right about there, which we've done. So I'll put another piece on the other side, and then we're going to be able to move on to the next step. Okay, so there is the finished step 35. We've got our rear brackets on, we've got our lights, and we've got the aluminum glass tape on either side to help with the body's rigidity. So step 35 is finished. So we can now move on to step 36, which is the driver figure. Now, you can see we already know that that part is already finished. That comes pre-painted and everything else. But we still are going to need to paint the driver head. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and install everything.